Hello, TTI family! Today we dropped everything, including our modern comfort standards, and traveled deep into the Russian wilderness to witness something truly impressive. The construction of an underground log dugout cabin built the old-school way by the incredibly skilled creator behind Kopayu Kochu. No shortcuts, no luxury materials, just brains, brawn, and a shovel that definitely didn't get a day off. Choosing the right location was step one, and it wasn't random. The builder selected solid, compact soil that could handle excavation without collapsing, while the surrounding forest acts like a natural windshield, basically Mother Nature's free insurance policy. The mission here is simple but ambitious. Build a well-insulated shelter that can survive Russia's mood swings, where summers can feel like a sauna and winters try to freeze your soul. Each log was carefully debarked to prevent insects from moving in rent-free and to stop moisture from getting trapped against the wood. After that, the logs were left to dry properly because even logs need time to relax before becoming walls. For extra protection, the builder used a traditional shoe sugi band technique. Yes, setting the wood on fire on purpose. By charring the surface, the logs become more resistant to water, insects, and sun damage. Once that was done, a natural blend of oils and resin was applied, sealing the wood while keeping it flexible. Think of it as skincare, but for logs. All major construction materials were sourced straight from the forest. The builder relied on dense softwoods such as pine and spruce, trees that are plentiful in boreal regions and naturally tough. These woods resist moisture, fungi, and decay, which is very important when your house is literally hugging the earth. The walls come together using classic interlocking notches, an ancient method that locks logs together without nails. This allows the structure to shift slightly with changes in temperature and humidity, important when half your house is underground and the earth is constantly moving its eyebrows. Moisture control is the real boss battle in any dugout build. To prevent rot, a thick waterproof membrane was installed between the logs and the soil, redirecting water away from the structure. Massive roof beams were then added to support the heavy earthen roof above. This earth-covered roof is inspired by traditional Russian zemlyanki, underground homes dating back to medieval times. These structures were popular for good reason. The ground provides natural insulation, stable temperatures, protection from wind, snow, and wildlife, and excellent longevity. In short, this dugout cabin proves that with knowledge, patience, and serious craftsmanship, you don't need a massive budget to build something strong, efficient, and timeless. Sometimes, the smartest way forward is straight into the ground. While ancient zemlyanki depended on good old-fashioned dirt, clay, and optimism for insulation, this modern underground cabin upgrades the formula with a few smart twists. Traditional earth sealing gets a high-tech assist thanks to synthetic waterproof barriers and reinforced logs, because even history would agree that dry socks are non-negotiable. Vertical support logs work like underground bodyguards, resisting soil pressure and keeping the walls from slowly deciding to move inward. Meanwhile, a heavy-duty waterproof membrane stands firm, making sure moisture stays outside where it belongs. Heating this underground hideout revolves around a solid cast iron stove, the undisputed king of off-grid warmth. Installing it wasn't a casual plop it down and hope situation. The stove sits on a reinforced base, with a carefully planned chimney exit. A vertical stovepipe improves draft efficiency, helping smoke go up instead of politely filling the cabin. The chimney is sealed with high-temperature cement and heat-resistant insulation, ensuring no leaks, no heat loss, and no accidental indoor campfire vibes. Around the pipe's exit point, compacted soil adds stability and extra insulation. In this project, saddle notching is used to install the large logs that form the primary roof support system. Once the log ends are carved and test-fitted, each beam is lifted into place and settled onto the upper wall plates. At the heart of the cabin, a well-installed cast iron stove delivers dependable heat, supported by a sealed chimney system for maximum efficiency. Together, these time-tested techniques transform a simple dugout into a comfortable, weather-resistant home built to handle harsh conditions without complaint. A dedicated ventilation pipe keeps fresh air flowing and carbon monoxide in check, an essential safety move when your house is basically hugging the planet. The floor is built from hand-cut wooden planks, carefully milled and adjusted to fit over a treated log framework. This raised floor is a big deal. It keeps feet away from the cold, damp ground and allows airflow underneath, reducing moisture buildup and long-term issues like rot or mold. Basically, the floor breathes, so the cabin doesn't have to. Handmade wooden furniture adds charm, practicality, and extra thermal mass. Meanwhile, the thick soil layer above the roof acts like a natural thermostat, keeping things warm in winter and cool in summer. Drainage trenches around the cabin divert water away from the foundation because gravity is free labor if you use it correctly. Instead of a simple dirt roof, wooden planks rest on a burned and treated log frame, improving durability and resistance to damp conditions. The entrance blends old-world logic with modern problem-solving. A raised wooden threshold, sloped access, and side reinforcements made from buried logs and compacted soil protect the doorway from snow buildup and water intrusion. Elevated thresholds also block cold drafts, keeping warmth inside where it pays rent. The staircase starts with a trench dug in front of the cabin, deep enough to fit both steps and log retaining walls. Once leveled, large horizontal logs form the base step, while vertical posts are driven into the ground along both sides, locking everything firmly in place. One step at a time, literally, this underground home comes together like a masterclass in smart survival building. These elements are what lock the entire structure together. For insulation, gaps between logs are packed with natural materials to stop cold air, moisture, and unwanted six-legged guests. The log walls are anchored and stacked in alternating layers, forming a narrow but extremely solid corridor that politely tells the surrounding soil, "You shall not pass." This layered approach distributes pressure evenly and dramatically reduces the risk of collapse. The stairs themselves are made from thick, round logs cut to precise lengths and laid horizontally between the side walls. Once finished, the stairway becomes more than just a way in and out, it doubles as a structural reinforcement that strengthens the entire entrance zone. A key part of this build is the use of the traditional saddle notch technique, a classic log building method that has survived centuries for a reason. It works. The process starts with careful measurements, followed by carving half-round notches into the tops of the logs using an axe and draw knife. Each notch is shaped to sit perfectly on the log below, creating a snug interlocking joint. The result is excellent stability, better weight distribution, and minimal lateral movement even when tons of soil are pressing in from all sides. A vertical ventilation pipe further improves air quality by regulating humidity and reducing condensation. This is especially important in semi-underground shelters where fresh air doesn't exactly line up at the door. The contact area between logs is maximized, forming a rigid framework capable of supporting multiple roofing layers and a serious amount of earth above. After the main supports are set, soil is added gradually and compacted to form the earthen roof. This roof doesn't just sit there looking rustic, it works hard. The soil layer provides outstanding insulation and helps the cabin blend seamlessly into the forest. Over time, grass is encouraged to grow on top, further improving insulation and adding natural camouflage. Living deep in the forest demands a structure that prioritizes durability, insulation, and self-reliance. Every design choice serves a purpose. Raised floors and thresholds block moisture and cold air. Ventilation gaps and pipes maintain airflow and prevent condensation or carbon monoxide buildup. Thick logs and an earthen roof act as natural insulation, keeping the interior warm in winter and pleasantly cool in summer. The final result is a roof made of logs, protective barriers, and earth that's tough, weather-resistant, and highly effective at regulating interior temperature year-round. As construction wraps up, attention turns to the finishing details. Interior wood surfaces are sanded smooth and sealed to protect against humidity and heat from the stove. Floorboards are carefully fitted to eliminate air gaps, because even tiny drafts can feel like betrayal in winter. Before treatment, all wood is cleaned and dried to ensure proper absorption and long-term protection. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into traditional dugout cabin construction. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and maybe keep a shovel handy.